Guys, give me a Fiddlesticks game I played. This was done in duo queue, and I think we're playing around 1400 or 1300 elo. We're not that high, I know. But apparently that is the worst of elo hells to work your way out of. So, hopefully I can give you a taste of Fiddlesticks, and yeah. So we have my friend Gojira playing Jax, Timea Zane or I playing Fiddlesticks, Leono playing Renekton, Twinkie Brain playing Singed, and Thunkek playing Sona. On the other team we have Eldwin playing Annie, Prontus playing Vayne, Mao playing someone, I'll get back to that, Spellsong playing York, Arctic Kitty playing Jungle Irelia, which is not very often seen, but yeah. So we'll see how she does. So yeah, I do not play Fiddlesticks that often. We had no AP carry, and it really wasn't a good team for like Nidalee. So I chose to play Fiddlesticks. Lately, I've been jungle Fiddlesticks, just because his ult and fear make him a great ganker. So I will definitely be casting a video of me playing Fiddlesticks in the jungle, and hopefully can show you kind of how it's done and really the power of his ganking. So I believe I do go mid this game, which is unfortunate because Annie, I would say, is a little OP at this stage of the game. She just does a lot of damage. She has literally no cooldowns, and Tivers, there's still that Tivers glitch. Well, maybe it's been patched, but I'm not 100% sure, where it does like twice as much damage as it should. So we will see about that. As far as their team comp, they do have a lot of AD. Vayne, York, Irelia, all AD champs. Annie, really their only AP until this other person connects, if he does. I'm actually not sure if he does. If I'm casting a 4v5, I feel bad because that's not really fair to the other team, but I believe he connects. So I am going to get Dark Wind first. If you're jungling, you get Drain first, but I feel actually Dark Wind is really good, especially for Harass. You're going to see my Harass early game is pretty good, and I actually have to fix my graphics. So yeah, 1680 by 1050 on all high does not work well with fraps. And I don't know what fast terrain does. If any of you guys know what fast terrain does, and if I should have it enabled, tell me. And I actually told Sona and Jax, or I'll wait for this to go through. So I actually told told Renek to go top, and Sona and Jax should go together because her heal is really good, obviously, but Jax's harass is phenomenal as well. So yeah, she didn't forget an item. I actually don't know why she's going back, but she is. Interesting. Yeah, so we have no jungler, which is sad face, but that's okay. And word early, and we will win. So yeah, they do have a jungle Irelia. That is something that we have to keep in mind with all game. Putting wards probably in these bush and in these bush early on would be good. But as far as Irelia's ganking, I mean, she can charge in and stun immediately. But past that, I don't think her damage is really good enough to pick up a kill. Unlike Fiddlesticks, where that Drain or plus Fear combo really hits hard. So there's a... oh yeah, magical snipe. Alright, so yeah, just waiting for this game to get started. We will see some good harass out of bot lane for sure. And top lane should really be unkillable. I mean, Singed and Renekton against a solo is going to be pretty good. And a little friendly reminder to last hit some minions. So one thing I don't like is the fact that sometimes the creeps do not go, or the crow doesn't go to the person even if they're right next to him, which bugs me to no end. I actually don't have sound on right now. I hope that is not too bad to hear me play without sound, but hopefully it goes okay. I actually get a double bounce on that one, which is good. So she did lose about 100 health, and I am at full health, which obviously is good. She has her stun up, so I am going to have to watch out for that, but I'm not really worried until she gets level 2, where she can do a little bit of a burst on me. And here we have Tryndamere reconnecting. So, yeah, he's really not going to be too far behind, and York actually can solo quite well, because this is post-patch, so York is going to be dangerous. As you can see, like, that one, I don't actually know what sorry guys, what pattern the crow goes in, I guess, is the best way to say it. Because as you can see, Annie was really close to that. Oh, wow. All right, a little bit of a lag there. Sorry, guys. Annie was really close to that last crow, like only a centimeter apart, but instead it went up and around and down. So, yes, as we see, Singed and Renekton pushing quite well. They are hard pushing a lot for the fact that they have a jungle, but really Singed can slow and throw and has a lot of escape. So I actually forced a health pot out of Annie pretty early, level 3. And I am going to try and continue my harass. She does know the crow is dangerous. And it does take about 100 health already. So just getting Q so that I can do the whole range of spells with a fear and a life drain. I play pretty aggressive this game, even though there is a jungler, because I do have a fear, but I definitely make mistakes during this game, so do not think I'm a perfect Fiddlesticks. This is only about my, I don't know, I don't really play in that often. It's probably about 10th game, 5v5s. I love them 3v3s, though. It's a lot of fun. And a good CV going down from Sona, make sure they're not being ganked. I'd actually have liked it up here better because they're pushed a lot harder, but it's alright. They actually do catch a glimpse of Irelia coming down here and will try and back to the tower so they don't get ganked. Tryndamere, I don't know if he's in lane yet or if he's in the bushes, but they do know that Irelia is right around here. And there's 3 of them bot, so Sona should be careful. I think that was pretty far out there to have gone. But she is trying to take their jungle, or our jungle, so going to try and stop that. And I actually, yeah, I'm going to stay mid, because she's going to get out of there free, and I don't think I would have been able to chase her down, so. Yes, as you can see, I am a little bit ahead of Annie, but that is only because she hasn't attacked my minions yet. And yes, just waiting for the primo bounce. Wait for a little bit of initiate. It's kind of a slow lane. She's playing incredibly passively. And I see Irelia come in here. She does have a blue buff. I'm going to try and damage her, but I do get stunned. I'm going to flash away. So able to put good damage on Irelia. She obviously did force a flash, which is too bad, but I'm still getting some pretty good damage on Annie. I actually just got 3 bounces to Annie, which was incredibly lucky. And I am going to be able to force her a little bit out of XP range. Top should be a little worried about Irelia coming up because she was just seen mid. But we are still waiting for this first blood. Jack's doing a lot of damage. Having the health of Tryndamere, who is still kind of underleveled. So if they can pick up a kill on him and force him to be even more underleveled, that would be even better. And always good to life drain when you can. I have pretty much full health, and this Annie just looks like she's taunting me. I wanted to ult in. Sorry guys, a little bit of lag. I wanted to ult in from around here, go for a drain and a crow storm and just try and burst her, but I'm a little scared with that stun. If I don't get the life drain off first, I could die, so yes. And at this point, they are really pushed. Annie may have backed. I don't really know. So I am actually going to go for a gank on bot. I do not have flash up, so I am going to have to land my stun. And we actually catch Tryndamere way out of position. I'm out of mana, though. He could go down to a Jax jump, and a good Jax jump picks up first blood. Fantastically played by Jax. But, yeah, if I had the mana, I may have ulted in there for York, possibly, but yes, as Singe says, this is so boring. Whoa. Yeah, they are basically 1v2ing with an off tank and a tank against a Vayne, which, I don't know. I'm not really sure why they're not last hitting. But Vayne playing it smart. Obviously, she knows where they are. And Annie getting a little bit of a boost because I was pulled out of lane for that lack of a kill. So kind of a bummer there, but it's alright. I am going to have to be careful. She does have a stun, and she has Tivers, so she's clearly saving it for something, which would probably include killing me. And yes, just trying to play passive. I know, honestly, if she got the chance, I'm pretty sure she could just burst all my health. And I'm going to life drain. I do not have a life drain max. The other thing is I don't like the fact that I don't get to max life drain. As a jungler, Fiddlesticks, you always max life drain. which is good. And Annie's actually Mia. I called Annie Mia multiple times. And during this, I'm going to try and get blue, but you're going to see a terrible fail on my part. So I didn't know. I forgot I didn't have life drain maxed. So I'm actually doing like no damage to the golem with my life drain, and I'm out of mana too. So yeah, this was a bit of a fail on my part, so I'm just going to look away. I do not get blue buff. I don't die, but kind of a waste of my life. I would see very aggressive Tryndamere, but it does proc his dodge and his stun glyphs, or not glyphs, but procs his dodge, so Jax is able to get out of there just fine. And yeah, we have a really boring lane up top. Singed and Renekton just basically farming. I was able to lifesteal my health pack anyway, so I didn't have to back, but a little bit of a fail going for blue. So I'm going to try and back soon. She is pushing pretty hard, and we don't have a jungle to take over. Honestly, not having a jungle is such a big disadvantage. Sorry, guys. So I'm going to have to turret camp. She has full mana. She definitely has the lane control at this point, and a little bit of lag going there. I don't know what it is. It's every couple minutes. It might be when it's making a new video. So yeah, Jax is going to come up and take over for the lane while I back and get some boots. And yep, I think that's all I can afford for right now. I actually could have gotten a Sapphire Crystal, but I don't remember, so that's alright. And we have a Sona soloing down here, so I really want Jax to be able to get back as fast as possible before we lose tower shots. And Annie is Mia. I think I call that in just a second. Yeah. And she may have just been playing it cautiously because I could have ulted in and done some serious damage, but either way. So I'm going to max drain after Crowstorm. And we actually see a kill go down on a Renekton, but Renekton does pick up Vayne. So, honestly, if you can kill a solo when you're in a duo lane, which that shouldn't happen in general because you should always have a jungler, but if it does happen, and we actually see York going down, York using his ult on himself, but Jax should be able to escape just fine. Sona there for some good support. And I'm just trying to harass this Annie, try and get some good damage. It's 0-1. I definitely feel like I'm winning this lane. It's actually 40-44 in terms of farm, but Annie does have a much easier farm than Fiddlesticks. Fiddlesticks auto attack's not good, and his Crowstorm's really not that good either. So she does stun me, but I'm actually surprised she does not throw Tivers. And I get a care that Irelia is on her way, and so I think Annie may have been doing a little bit of damage just to try and coax me out or something, but I am able to force her back pretty solidly. If you are in a duo lane or even mid, I would definitely suggest maxing out Darkwind. It does give you great harass. It's probably the best form of farming that he has, and yeah, it does do a lot of damage. So as you can see there, taking about 400 health, I think, with one Crowstorm. So, and I do have flat AP runes. I'll actually go over my runes real quick so you guys can rewind if you missed what I say. But I have Magic Pen marks going. I have mana regen per level yellows, and I have AP per level glyphs, and then finally I have flat AP quints. And I'm really trying to do a gank down here on bot, but they do have full health still, so obviously it did not work out well. And once again, I am lagging, but it is better now. So I see Vayne is actually finally starting to move out a little bit. My lane is really pushed, but I think Vayne catches sight of me, so I'm just going to be patient and wait. And he does get back to lane, so I will want to back soon. I don't know if she has a ward or not, but yeah. Just going to go check once again by their tower. I do not want to honestly full on tower dive her, but at this point I do need a back. Yeah. So Sona and Jax pushing pretty hard against York and Tryndamere. York does have a lot of harass, but really not that much damage. And Annie is there. I did miss the Mia on that one. I think I've called every single one but that one, so there's a little bit of my fault. And then you see the Annie's Mia from Sona. So yeah, that was definitely a big blunder on my part. And not being in lane, obviously not a very good excuse. But yeah. It's hard not having a jungler when they have a good jungler. I'm not saying that this Irelia is particularly good, but yes. So I see that she's blown Tivers, so I may be going for a gank here on either Yorick. Yeah, I do go for Yorick here. And I fear him. And Jax with a professionally done KS. I think that was a giant blunder on his part going for that kill when I am the AP carry. Tryndamere way overcommitting this. I'm not even losing health. I mean, finally when he does that, but I'm able to fear him and get the kill. So I think that was a bit of a blunder on his part trying to overcommit into that. And let's see, I think I pick up a blasting one first before Catalyst, but I'm not 100% sure. Generally, I do go blasting one first. And we see Singed, great tower dive on Vayne. Very low Renekton health. I think Renekton actually tanked that. And I do pick up a blasting one and a sapphire crystal. So yes, and Sona, great warding already, going and warding that blue. That will allow us to counter jungle her effectively. And yes, my drain's at level 3, Dark Wind 5, and Fear 1. Generally, if you are jungling though, you want to max Terrify and Life Drain with like 1 point in Q or E just for harass sake. We do see Annie is down bot. A good ward does detect her. And then I'm going to back off and use this time to get blue because they do know Annie's there. And it's not worth engaging. Let's see, does she have a stun? She actually doesn't have a stun, but I don't have my ult. If I had my ult, I might have gone down there and tried to do something. And we do catch wind of Irelia right there. We do catch wind of Irelia right there, but she obviously is not going to counter jungle me because, well, she wouldn't even know I'm jungling for the most part. And still pretty slow on getting this because I am not level 5 yet on my W, and time has passed so that the minions are stronger. But I will get blue, which is a good pickup on me, and be able to level up my R. I honestly do think that's one of his best abilities is his ult, obviously. It does a lot of damage, and we actually see this Tryndamere getting denied quite hard. Good exhaust goes down from Jax, and Jax is putting on a full-on chase. We have a ward here to check for Annie. He is in Endless Rage, and we do see York's ults, but I am going to be able to pick that up. And we might even see a York go down. I do have flash. I flashed into a wall. Big blunder on my part, but I am able to life drain that, and he does go down as well. And Tryndamere falls. So Annie is Mia. I do not know if I called that or not. So top should be worried, but we are going to pick up a dragon because of this. I will tank it as I'm Fiddlesticks. And we catch wind of Annie. And we see a tower dive going down on Vayne. She ults. She does have an invisibility. She does use it, and I do not think they'll be able to get her. That is one of the better escaping ults. So they're going to wait right here and may be able to pick up Vayne. We see Annie actually going for blue. I'm trying to get in position. I ult. It's premature, though, and she stuns me, and she will flash away. So Sona picking up blue. It's a good pickup for Sona. Good cooldowns. And I do not believe we'll be able to get Annie unless Jax can do some serious tower diving. Taking a lot of tower shots, but it's alright. So 8-3 is the score. 17 minutes in the game. We picked up one Drake, and there's one tower down in bot. And hopefully there's soon to be a tower down in mid. Oh, sorry. We see Jax kind of scoping out this Vayne, and we find Irelia, but Jax is a little out of position to deal with them and should back off. This tower should be going down. It doesn't have that much health, but as you can see, neither me or Sona doing really any damage to towers at this point. So we're going to be heavily relying on Jax Renekton late game to be doing the tower damage. And we might be picking up that tower. Yes, we do. So there is 3 towers to 0 towers, 8-3. It's 18 minutes in the game. I do not have that many items, but I should be able to pick up a Roa. Well, next time I'm back, I should have a Roa, so. I am literally like one creep away from level 12, so I might stay around for that creep. Might try and do some harass on this tower. I am going to lag right here because that's what happens. But I do have my ult, and I'm going to wait in this bush, see if they give me an opportunity. I'm hoping Sona can do some sort of bait. There's Yorick. Yorick is going to go down to that fear. Twinkie Brain kind of chaosing there. The Singed is honestly not very good in my opinion. He chaoses the carry a little too often. And yeah, so picking up 2 kills when really I think that was kind of a blunder on his part. And Irelia coming to get us off the turret. Don't get me wrong, it's not a bad thing when a tank gets a kill, but really you shouldn't take more than 1 kill in an engagement because, I mean, the AP carry really needs to be fed to be super good. Especially Fiddlesticks, who's pretty dang item dependent in my book, so I tank it a little bit, but not a big problem. So yes, if you guys can, feed your carries, not your tanks. The worst thing about those 2 kills too, for him to have gotten them, is the fact that they were really like free kills. I mean, it's not like they were actually gonna get away if Singe didn't kill them, because I was right there life training them and they were just about dead. He did use his E for like that last hit, which I think was a big blunder. And I think I am gonna back for my Roa right now. Come on, recall. There we go. And we see Annie farming. I am out leveling her at this point. I do have 2 0 and 5, and she's currently going 0-1-1. So they are not doing that well in terms of farm or kills. So I am able to pick up my Roa and another blasting one. This is going to be building my Rabadon. You see it in a lot of pro games, and I think it really is the way to play, is to rush that Roa as fast as possible. Just because it gives so much AP, but also that 30%, because then anything after that you build on goes into additional AP. So, yes, I think that really is very important in all games, to, if you're an AP carry, to get that Rabadons as fast as possible. And we are going to be pushing this tower and see what comes out of it. Obviously, because they're all champions staying there, they're going to take a lot of damage from my Crow Storm, since it will not bounce to minions if they aren't there. This Shaco, not really tanky. I don't know. I really wonder about his competence building a Banshee's Veil at the very start when they have a Tryndamere. They're basically all AD. So building a Banshee Veil was a really dumb mistake. I honestly don't think he's a very good Singed at this point when they have 4 ADs and he built a Banshee's Veil at the start. I mean, yes, Annie does damage, but she's not 100% of their damage, especially with a Vayne. So I'm waiting just to ult here. I'm waiting for any kind of overcommit on their part, and I do see it. I'm going to jump in there. They do ult me with Annie, or Annie's ult does go down, but we are able to pick up Yorick and do a lot of damage to their team. Jack's jumping in there, picking off the Annie kill. Will die, but he is lowered them enough that we should be able to turret dive the rest of them. Singed not throwing her back. Big mistake. I'm taking a lot of tower fire, but I will flash out of there. Singed not able to get a kill. Oh, there we go. Alright, so it was kind of worth it. A lot of harass going down on Irelia. And somehow my life drain got canceled, so I'm not really sure what happened, and Sona did not heal me. So really, yeah, 5-0 Singed is really bad. I mean, obviously Singed is a good tank in that he can dish damage with AP, but chaosing our carry is just kind of dumb. So yes, we were able to pull that ahead, and yes, hope you enjoyed this game. It was not a very good one, but it was alright. So, hope you enjoyed.